Our reporter Ahmed Kajee attended that briefing this morning and joins us now from Pretoria. Ahmed, thank you for making time. What reasons are the Department of Education giving for failing to eradicate these pit toilets?
Clement, thanks very much. This briefing took place out here in Pretoria this morning. A big part of what we have seen coming out of the Department of Education is a number of challenges with regards to infrastructure not being maintained over previous years as well. This is something that we have seen coming through from various Auditor General reports, at least over the last 5 to 6 years, with budgets not being adequately used. So that's just one of the reasons which we are seeing coming through for perhaps, pit toilets and perhaps basic infrastructure not being appropriately updated and maintained as well. But just taking you through some of the other pointers which were coming out of this particular briefing, school infrastructure with regards to classrooms was also at the forefront of this conversation, speaking specifically towards the overcrowding. Now, the department has been in touch with a number of NGOs as well to ensure that in some way or form, this can be eradicated. I think they have been in touch with the SA Human Rights Commission as well as Section 27 to find out and to identify ways that can improve the overcrowding of classrooms and to ensure that those resources are therefore improved and increased. But I'm not actually going to bring into the conversation the Director General of the Department of Education, Mr. Mweli. Thanks very much for your time today. Firstly, pit toilets were the key point of this conversation today. Just take us through the picture of what we are seeing over the last few years.
Well, it was actually a policy briefing, but the main focus was on infrastructure. As you correctly pointed out, the pit toilets were at the center of our briefing today, given the tragic demise of the learner in Limpopo. We also gave an update on the structural interdict of the Kumape matter in Limpopo. But we felt that it's important to just remind the nation where we're coming from and where we are and what challenges are we faced with. The good news is that we've covered extensive ground. If you look at the 9,000 schools that we had before, which had inappropriate sanitation, and within those 9,000 schools, there were those that did not have toilets at all. As we speak, there is no school without toilets, and the inappropriate structure of 3,898, they've all been covered, over 2,000 of them completed and now being used by schools. Roughly about 900,000 that are still remaining. 700,000 are going to 2023, 2024, allocated to implementing agents for construction and completion. So that's essentially where we are as a nation.
I mean, we've seen these problems continuing over the last 5 to 6 years. What were some of the major challenges that you faced, and what exactly were those contingencies to ensure that you can eradicate those?
Well, we've catalogued those challenges. I mean, we're starting from poor culture of delivery, from contractors and implementing agents, which we had to deal with, but also poor culture of managing infrastructure in the department and the sector. Issues like project management, but also using archaic systems to manage such a large portfolio of basic education. We now have to revert to the latest information systems, updating our names, data, but also coming up with a new system that we call EFMS, which is about specific to managing infrastructure, but going out to monitor. Nothing can replace going out to monitor. Sending drones out to sites will never ever replace a human being which will go and observe, ask questions, critical questions about what you observe, the quality of delivery, whether things are located in the right place, such as improvement of the site development plans, which are located far away from the classrooms and which put learners at risk. Those are the questions that we ask, and those questions would even lead to plans being changed and making sure that, sanitation facilities are located appropriately.
those 900 toilets which are still being managed and seem to be close to completion, when can we expect those to be done?
Some by Friday next week. I've been monitoring from Monday to Friday, going out to construction sites with my team, taking pictures, liaising with school principals, with project steering committees. Each project has got a project steering committee on the WhatsApp groups, giving me an update, going there to observe myself, to juxtapose what they've been reporting to me. So some will be completed by on or before next week Friday, because the cut-off date is end of the financial year. About 700 of them will go to 2023, 2024. Some will be completed in April, some in May, some in June, even before the end of the year. 700 of those schools with inappropriate sanitation will definitely be completed in the new financial year.
DG, thanks very much for your time today. Greatly appreciate. So there you have it, Clement. The key thing also going forward, coming from the Education Department, saying that some of those toilets will be repaired by as near as the end of next week, and further on perhaps towards the end of the year as well. So as much as we had touched on the majority of the problems which are facing the education sector, they also are giving out their specific timelines for those toilets, and hopefully in this particular situation reduce completely or remove completely the impact of young children who are losing their lives at pit toilets.
Yeah. And let's hope these timelines are going to be met this time around. Ahmed Kajee, live to us from Pretoria. Thank you.